Well, I mean, we're real excited about it. I mean, obviously you build for, I guess about, 7, 8 months to this point. Usually the cycle starts in January, and then, we get back here in August, after a little bit of a layoff in June and July, and you get cranked right up and get right into it. So we're excited about it. We're excited to get playing again. We think we have some unfinished business from last year. So. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we do have a lot of underclassmen. I think there's only one senior on the roster. We have about 12 guys in our junior class. But last year, I mean, I think we've added 8 new players to our team, but we still return a good 19 guys, and of those 19 guys, I mean 15 of them have started at least 2 games for us in our time here. So we have experienced players. So even though we're young per age, I don't know that we're necessarily young per college experience. So that's an exciting thing. I think that's as you gain experience, you gain insight into what's successful, what's not successful. So I think we've added a few young players to the mix. We've gotten to play a couple of preseason games here. We're fortunate. I think we scored 7 goals in those 2 games. And we've been pretty balanced. We haven't had of the 7 goals, there wasn't a multiple goal scorer in either game. We had one guy that scored in both games, in Andrew Goldberg, but it's been pretty balanced, which is a good thing. So we're excited about that. Yeah, I mean, Andrew's been here for 3 years already, and this was his senior year. He suffered a bit of a knock as he was scoring against St. Joe's the other night, but we'll see. I mean, it's still on. He had his MRI today, so we're waiting and seeing and hoping that it works out the best. They think it could be a meniscus for sure. We're not sure about the ACL or what it may be, so we'll just wait and see on that. Could get him to return in a few weeks, or he could be out. So it's up in the air. It's upsetting, but in the same breath, I mean that's what happens in college soccer. We know for sure that when you play so many games in a short period of time through a season, you're going to experience probably 3 things, and one of those we're experiencing right now in an injury. So it tests the team right away, and it tests kind of the depth of the team right away, and that's a good thing to kind of get over that right away and so forth. But I think we're still going to rely on Andrew. I mean, Andrew has a good mind for the game. He sees the game well, and hopefully he can help with with the younger guys if Andrew's not involved himself. But we're still hoping that we can get him back. Well, I mean, I think we had some positive steps last year. We had a great start to the season, fell off a little bit, came back, and then kind of flatlined a bit at the end of the year. And I think that was where we gained some experience, really at the end of the year, for the returning guys was, to have sort of that bitter taste in their mouth at the end of the season, to know that they were that close and yet still that far. So I think we were in it right to the last couple of games there, where if we had pulled out a few in the end, things might have gone our way with postseason play. But that's the reality of learning and building in the program. So is that you have to be at your best late in the game and late in the season. So I think again we had a good spring, which is part of the build of a program, and in terms of the support things we do with a weight room, things we've done on the mental side as well in preparation through the spring, and the guys have gotten better, through training, etc. We've gotten more familiar with one another, which is a great thing. in terms of building. I mean, they're still young in their understanding of me as much as I am of them. So, you know, it's the start of year two, which is you know, should be fun to see. I think we're an exciting team when we're in possession of the ball, no doubt. You know, we scored more goals last year than we gave up. I think we want to definitely tighten things up a bit more defensively this year. Is certainly a goal for us, and something that we want to be able to show growth in building our program. But we want to continue to attack teams and be the aggressor. And I think that's certainly what we've seen through preseason games, and hopefully that's what we see as we get rolling here in the next couple of weeks. So. Well, it should be a good game. I mean, it's two similar teams. I think both of us like to play. We like to pass the game on the ground. You know, we match up. I think we match up fairly well. You know, last year we beat them 2-0 here at our place. We had played them in the spring, and they had beaten us in the spring of my first springtime game. So I know it's going to be a tightly contended game. I think both teams will be well prepared for each other. You know, we're only 8 miles apart. You know, we've seen them play, they've seen us play, so there's not going to be any secrets when we get together. And I just think it's going to be a tightly contested game, and it should be a fun one to watch. You know, as far as what they're going to do against us, you know, they're going to try and, I'm sure they're going to try to get behind our back line. They're certainly going to play in combination, you know, all things that we look to do as well. So it'll be fun to see who comes out on top of that.